Connolly said when he got up here. We've got an election to get through before we get to June 9th. Now, Ilhan Moon, you can't take for granted. You saw what happened in 2 special elections up here. You didn't win by nearly as much as you should have, and that's not because of anything you didn't do. It's because of the other guys. The other guys see the trends. They're all our way. And they are hungry, and they are working. We cannot afford to let them outwork us at all. We've got to win all of these elections. So Ilhan Moon needs your help. In the special election, we have to produce. We have to be out there knocking on doors. We have to be making the phone calls. We have to make sure we win that election. The second thing I want to say, I stand with my friend Toddy Fuller to tell you that we have got to have a Democratic lieutenant governor. You know, we've got a 21-19 majority. You saw 5 candidates up there. Okay. Whatever these primaries produce, our goal has to be that whoever emerges as the winner will be the next lieutenant governor of Virginia. Yes. The third thing I want to say is some good news from Richmond. This past week, I joined with a lot of other people in passing historic legislation to make sure that most restaurants in this state are going to be smoke-free. Yeah. I will tell you, this is something the marketplace should have recognized long ago, but the evidence is overwhelming that the damage from secondhand smoke is damaging to people's health. People are entitled to smoke if they choose to, but the rest of us are entitled to breathe smoke-free air. Yeah. And so are our children. And so are the wait staff and restaurants and the cooks and the chefs. I mean, it's a big issue, and it's a major reform in Virginia, particularly in a tobacco-producing state. That's the kind of leadership we have to have in the governor's office. You know, I'm running for governor. I want to remind you, Bob McDonnell was on the ballot up here 4 years ago. He got 43% of the vote in Fairfax County. He's been beaten up here once before. We will beat him again. What my friend Brown Rand said about Bob is exactly right. Bob McDonnell is a fine person. He's a fine family person. But he is an absolute retreat on every single issue that we care about. He is not only a retreat, he is a hasty retreat. It's like General Sherman's chasing him to Atlanta. You know? I'm running for governor because I want to create opportunity in every part of Virginia. I'm running for governor because I believe in public service. It's a great calling in life. It's a calling where you can actually envision the future, turn that vision into a reality. And I'm running for governor because we have to have a candidate who can go toe-to-toe with Bob McDonnell in a debate and an election and win in every corner of Virginia. Every corner of Virginia. You know, what I want to do as governor is pretty simple, and I believe I can do it, all of it. The first year, I want to lay out a transportation plan that's going to be statewide in perspective. I don't think you ought to have to pay a special tax in any part of Virginia. We have to open up the avenues of commerce and create economic activity everywhere. I'm going to create a plan that's statewide in perspective, that's long-term in scope, and that's creative. Transportation is the first year. But I want to put Virginia, I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to put Virginia on the cutting edge of job creation. And I'm going to do that by, number one, generating or creating an energy-based research triangle using our existing research institutions to attract energy-based research to Virginia and build the next economy. We all know that energy is not just the next big thing. It's the big thing right now. Yeah. It's going to be where the next economy is built. Yeah. And wherever this research takes place is going to see enormous opportunity for economic advancement. So in my mind, it's not a question of whether it takes place, it's a question of where. And wherever it takes place, you're going to see growth. It ought to take place here. We were the leaders in the 18th century American Revolution. We can be the leaders in the 21st century energy revolution. Now, the first step in energy is conservation. I honestly believe we can get 15 to 20% of our future energy need just by changing a few simple things. The second easy thing to do is going to take national leadership, and we've got it now with Barack Obama. We're going to have to develop a national grid, and we can get another 15 to 20% of our power that way. But we're going to have to develop alternative and renewable sources of energy. We're just going to have to. But I want to do more than that. I grew up in a part of the state where there's not much opportunity. I was born in Richmond because the problems of Bath County in the 50s are the same as today. There's no work. My parents were working in Richmond. I want to create opportunity in every corner of Virginia, and the way I think I could do that is by retooling community colleges. Retool the community colleges to give people the skills they need to compete in the 21st century to build the smartest workforce in the world. Mark Warner used to say, you can't compete for the low-skill, low-wage jobs. They're always going to go where the wages are lowest, and he was exactly right. You've got to compete for the smart jobs. If we use the community colleges to build smart workers, we build smart workers in every part of Virginia. If we connect every part of Virginia with broadband internet so you can do smart work anywhere, you can create prosperity and hope and opportunity in every corner of Virginia, and that's the governor I want to be. You know, here's the unique thing about the Virginia governor's office. You only get one 4-year term. It's the best job in the country. It's better than the presidency. It's better than the other 49 governors because you're totally unencumbered by re-election politics. But the premium is on making sure every one of those precious 48 months count. Friends, I will not waste time. I will hit the ground running. I will spend the political capital I've built up. In 4 years, my time will count, and I'm just about done anyway. I've worked myself up. I apologize. I need your help. I know I can win this election. I know I can win this election. I know I can be an effective governor. I know I can advance the cause. I appreciate your consideration. Thank you.